So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey, what's up? This is Ho Ho Hong Kong. I am Andy Curtin, and that may be the very last time that I say that.
Are you dying?
I'm dying laughing. I'm here with Vivek Marble Bunny.
Hey! There you go, getting the name right.
Mohammed Magdi.
Yes, also.
It's nice to be back on the podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
welcome back. This is Andy's ghost, by the way, talking.
Yeah, exactly.
And his hologram.
If you're listening to this, you are dead to me.
I'm not listening to this episode then.
Yeah, this is my final pod, man.
The final ho-ho in Hong Kong.
Oh, man.
It's,
So the first thing we're going to do, Vivek, is to change the name.
That's right. To an actual name that doesn't have a sexual implication.
Exactly.
Karina was saying I should start a podcast and call it Melbourne.
Melbourne. That'd be good, actually.
This is also Andy with all his punchlines just way too early. He already told people where he's going.
Exactly.
Wow, way to ruin the surprise.
People have listened to the first 30 seconds. I'm already there, baby.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah,
it the
exactly.
plot twist? Is this the plot twist, huh?
Pot twist.
Oh, hey.
Oh, God. Okay, let's pick someone else to take over the pod.
The Australians coming out of me. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's been a fucking journey, man. Like, what did we start? We started, like...
I think it was a casual mention. You walked up to me like, hey, man. I'm like, what? You're like, hey, you want to talk? I'm like, I could.
You're like, no.
No, I don't remember.
But what was it, April 20...
Yes.
2020? I don't even know what year
I think
things
April
happened
2020, and we did a show at the Riff, and we were talking afterwards, and you mentioned the idea that we should have a podcast, like you used to have the podcast with KF in Shanghai.
Yeah, stuck in the middle.
You mentioned, let's do something like that. I'm like, yeah, sure, I can talk.
Did you do it by yourself for a while here, or was it always with Vivek?
I was doing Stuck in the Middle here by myself for a while.
Stuck in the Middle was also here.
But I was doing it by myself, and it was, I really love podcasting. It had become kind of a self-indulgent thing, and I thought I want to make something that's a bit for the audience a little bit more, and that was kind of the seed of the idea. And then I thought this city does lack podcasts a lot as well, and we could do something great about the city. And obviously, you have such incredible insight into the city. And we'd done an episode together. You'd been on Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah.
And it was great. We did it in the park.
Yeah. I was the park. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, because we just sat there and we were talking at the bench and we were talking about comedy.
And it was just a great chat.
Like
I was doing an episode about the Cantonese scene. So I would occasionally, when I could, I would have a guest on, but it was predominantly just myself. And
I found that the podcasts were just one person. Like, unless you're a genius like Bill Burr, it's just like, it's very hard to
man.
It's just like the one person for, an hour or whatever.
it's hard to do.
It's very hard to do.
But that's kind of the challenge. And it's a different thing. And people that like it have really strong connection with it.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to a podcast with two or more people speaking, it feels ideally like you're in a conversation where you're not just chatting yet.
Yeah.
But if you are listening to a one-person podcast, it really feels like they're speaking to you because they are.
Yeah, that's true. Like also the flip side of this is that like I'm a huge fan of Bill Burr and his podcast, and when he occasionally has a guest on, I don't listen to it.
You're like, get him out.
Yeah. I'm like,
Who is this?
Yeah, but then if I'm like listening to Mark Maron and he's talking too much by himself, I'm like, I don't listen to that either.
Yeah, that wasn't the point. Yeah,
exactly.
That's just Mark Maron, dude.
Yeah.
His podcast is basically I just want to hear him ramble on and let's lose his mind. You're like, hey, my life's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
No wonder, like insightful interviews. I'd go to other podcasts because clearly Bill Burr is not asking for the smart questions anyway.
Oh no. Like he's a very smart guy. Like he knows exactly where to place himself when he's always kind of on the wrong side, just for the entertainment value. And it really works because you listen to his bits literally like he's thinking them out loud. This is basically his open mic. And then a year later, it ends up really polished on a special. I'm like, oh my god, that was on the podcast, and he would do it a few times on the podcast. Literally like an open mic. And then he's like, And he also has a great gauge on when this works and then when I'll take it to the stage.
Yeah.
Even though he has no actual feedback from the podcast. It's fascinating.
Yeah, so that's very true. I mean, yeah, that's like as you said, sometimes it's fun to just listen to that one person talk, and then you're kind of going into their world and what's in their head.
And I think also, from a comedic point of view, there is a real value to doing podcasts and developing your voice and finding how you speak and stuff. And a one-person podcast is much more similar to doing stand-up.
Yeah. Just
And you've got to, it's also like, it's flexing that muscle of thinking while you're speaking.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
Oh, trust me, I've met many people who don't think when they speak. So.
But you know what I mean? Like people don't realize this is like, especially when you're headlining or something, you can start a bit and your mind is totally elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it's automatic mode.
How many times I get this all the time? Maybe you don't get it, but sometimes I'll miss a bit and I'll start a bit and I'll be like,
you're thinking of what did you miss?
What was that bit that I missed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll get it.
Dude, sometimes I'm on stage, I'm looking at someone and I'm doing my thing and then I'm like, I want to make fun of that person, but I have to think of something while I'm completely talking about something else.
I did that the other night.
Did you?
You were like, there was the girl who interrupted the host.
Right.
And you're like, don't talk to her. I'm like, she's good. She's going to be gold.
Yeah.
And not only did I get tons out of her, so I waited. It was right at the end of my set. I just started bringing her
I
into
remember
it,
now,
and
yeah.
It was like a real strong close to the set.
Yeah.
And then Ben talked to her and he got stacked. Like,
Yeah.
Because Joe Klosick, to me, is the best crowd work comedian that I've worked with. And his whole thing is like, he says, if you got 100 people in a room, one of them is itching to make your show better.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the person that wants to be funny.
Yeah.
It's not the person that wants to be part of the show.
Yeah.
It's the person that when you ask them normal questions, they just kind of give you these off-kilter answers that give you tons to work with.
Yeah.
And they're not like trying to make a joke out of it. They're like, just the answers are just interesting.
And they're not
Ben
trying
said
to
to this
steal the
woman-
show.
Yeah.
Ben said to this woman, how long have you been married? And she goes, 9 years, no, 12.
Right,
You
yeah.
know?
Boom.
It's just straight away.
Yeah.
There's
She
just
didn't
so
mean
much
to make a joke or make it
No,
look weird.
she
but
wasn't trying to be funny. She
Yeah.
was just lost in the moment. And
Yeah.
when I was up there, I was like, you're doing a good, because she had interrupted the show, and I was like, you're doing a really good job of not talking. And she's like, I'm here to heckle Ben. I want to make his night. And I was like, are you talking about the show or afterwards?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it was just, it kept going from there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Back to I think you're talking about solo podcasting,
solo
and
podcast.
then
So we'd done this episode at night in the park, and I just knew that we could do a great show. It was easy. It's easy for us. We don't really need a topic to just go.
Yeah.
I've never done a podcast with either of you actually where I was like we didn't have something to say.
Oh yeah. I mean, we also we talk. I think the three of us talk for copious amounts of time off stage.
But when you have people, ironically, what's good is because we can pick it up.
Yeah.
But there would be more. We're more likely to hit a moment where we have to think about what to say with a guest, because guests can be
of course
anything,
different.
you know? And having that as a base means that you never lose it, because it's like, if you don't have something to say, we've got something to say.
Yeah. True.
And I mean, it was good. I mean, I'm sad that
I know
happy
we're
that
jumping
you guys-
around here a little bit, but where are you going? What's happening?
So I was offered a job with our previous employer.
Oh, Kung Fu comedy?
Hey.
I'm back.
You go
working,
back into it.
I'm back working with the Riff.
Yeah.
Back with Live Nation, and
Nice.
I will be head of comedy for Asia Pacific for their business. So thankfully, I'll be able to, when borders reopen in 2091, I'll be back in Hong Kong with some level of frequency.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it was a big opportunity for me to leave. I never thought that coming from where I come from, doing what we do, connecting the dots isn't such a simple thing. Like, I didn't know how I could do what I'm doing and move home. I just didn't see that there was even a possibility to do that. And then it got thrown at me, and I was like,
that's that
I
time.
was like, this may never happen again.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If I don't take this one, I don't think there's maybe one or two other jobs that exist that would be similar.
Yeah.
And that's not even to talk about my eligibility for them.
Yeah.
And so I just ran at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm
also,
being honest
like-
with you,
yeah.
like things happen and everybody has a line. And for some reason, for me, just emotionally, when I saw the National Security Education Day having the guns in the schools, the plastic guns in the schools,
Yeah.
I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's my line.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, so
Yeah.
things
I don't
worked
want
out.
the kids around that.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, you have kids. You have different. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely different perspective.
And I mean, also at the end of the day, we're all happy for you because we knew you're not gonna make it in stand up. The fact that you finally found a corporate job is
Yeah.
great for you.
Yeah.
So you can still be among stand up.
Yeah. You can be among stand up,
Man,
so
I
you're not too sad.
Yeah.
But you know.
I haven't worked in an office for 10 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be so weird, man.
And they already sent an email, I guess weeks ago
Did
now.
they tell you that you're wearing suit? You have to wear a suit.
They said there's a minimum requirement of 2 days a week in the office, and that's
Oh.
a COVID thing. So
Oh, wow.
that's going to go up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm like,
little Andy in his suit.
Yeah.
I might not last, you know.
Dude, I want to see Andy like meeting people, giving up name cards, and have
I know.
2 hands or 1 hand. That's the question. Are you gonna
Two,
stick to?
come on. I've been
You do
trying
two-
for 12 years.
Yeah, there
you go.
What,
Okay, yeah,
do I look
yeah.
like an amateur?
Yeah,
All right, second
Yeah,
question.
he's not an animal.
Yeah.
I handed it to people with my bare paw.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
What's
just
wrong with you?
casually.
Fucking savage.
My single hoof.
Yeah. Here's a card with information you already know from my emails. But
Yeah.
here.
But it's an interesting, you joke about it, but this idea of, you ever heard the expression a shadow career?
No.
No.
So it's like when you identify your passion, but you try to sate it by doing something that's adjacent.
Right. Yeah. That's
okay.
exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, but I think maybe, I mean, I am to an extent, unquestionably, but then I look at it, and maybe I'm just justifying it, but I look at it like, Dwayne Perkins is a great comedian, and he
Yeah.
writes for a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that takes up a lot of his time.
Oh, that's a lot of people as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people-
It's a lot of comics. I
But
mean,
he's also funny on stage. That's the thing.
Mate, I am not comparing myself to Dwayne Perkins.
Yeah,
I
no,
love Dwayne Perkins' comedy. I wish I could
But
be
I
his
think no,
toenail.
honestly, like, if
Yeah.
it's actually also the evolution of a comedian, because like you can't only just say I'm just going to do
to get out of comedy.
to go around in a circle.
the
Like
roast of Andy Curtin, everybody.
this guy, oh. All right, so because the way I see it is that you come in full circle. In other words, like for example, like in comedy, like you might have started comedy thinking I'm just going to do stuff on stage, but you need to go through like the corporate gigs, the bad gigs,
Yeah.
hotels and everything. And then when you do that show on stage, you're like, all right, now I'm a refined comedian. I've gone through all this stuff of experience. I know what it's like. And now you're seeing the backstage, literal backstage of the comedy, as in like the production side, the producer, the business of it. So when the day comes to you to go back on stage, you're coming with all this
Experience, yeah.
experience, and your comedy will be different. Not just like, hey, I just tell jokes. Like I want to have a joke that will encompass all this knowledge and experience I have.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I don't know if I have any aspirations like that, but I certainly, I never want to give up the performing, and maybe that'll change, but
Well,
it's,
the good thing is at least that way when you like produce shows and everything, and let's say someone drops out, you're like, I could fill the time.
Yeah.
you joke, but that happens,
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah.
like-
You had a spot for Jeffries like that. Or was he just throw you on last minute?
it wasn't that he needed me,
Yeah.
but I was there.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
And he was
a
like-
lot of famous comics do say the same thing. They're like doing the tour at the club or whatever, and they're like, oh hey, someone is not here. You jump up.
It was a weird thing because we it was in Hong Kong actually, and we were in the car from the airport, and I was telling him, because it was weird because he hates promoters, and he was very standoffish when I first met him. And he loosened up, and I was saying to him, I was like, I really want to be a comic, and this is the path that I've found.
Yeah,
And he just goes, I want you on tonight.
yeah.
And I was like, here's the other thing is like at that point, the Kung Fu Comedy had been shut down for like 2 months.
Yeah.
It was the biggest break I'd had since I started.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was because
And then he offered you the biggest show.
It was the biggest. It was both the biggest break and the biggest break I'd had since I started.
Yeah. Nice.
Damn.
And so that was crazy. Yeah, and it's been a weird journey, because like we started doing this in a bar in Shanghai. Like I started doing open mics in Shanghai, and then I've run 2 shows for Dave Chappelle. I've run 2 shows
Yeah.
for Kevin Hart. And the business in Australia is an even bigger thing that I've gotten to. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. You kind of like you follow the opportunities that align with the direction you think you're going in, but you don't have that much.
Isn't it
choice.
kind of meta that we're like recording it in Hong Kong and Andy's listening to this episode right now
Yeah.
in his office in Melbourne?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to this.
Oh no, trust me. After working over there, you're like, I need.
Yeah,
something
you will
else.
listen to it.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
you
already
listen.
beaten down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
You'll go back to the old episodes and crying.
Yeah.
Someone's
After
like,
three-
"Did you touch my soup in the refrigerator?"
You're like just repairing a rope.
Wrapping the headphone cord around my
exactly.
Your
neck.
tie that you have to wear in the office around your neck.
Yeah.
Tying it tighter. Yeah. After, like, 2 corporate meetings, like, just give me the podcast. I
Yeah,
need
yeah.
Oh,
something.
dude, friggin' conference calls.
Oh, God.
Zoom calls.
The worst.
Yeah.
No, the worst thing is that you're gonna have to change from.
Oh, the
words.
good news also is like everyone in Live Nation loves Andy, so it's gonna be so easy to work with.
Hey, you're the one that you said they don't like me. You're the one that gets blocked by people on WhatsApp.
Hey, that's just okay. Never mind.
No, what I'm looking forward to is that you basically losing your mind when you have to deal with all the vocabulary in the corporate world. For example, like let's align our goals and all those kinds
Yeah,
of. You're
I
like,
mean, I'm
okay.
pretty familiar with. I mean, I worked for Live Nation for 3 years. So
Dude, I sent him an email before that says HYG.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand. And I had to explain to him.
Here you go.
Here you go. That is like, that's corporate talk. And it's just like, you know,
people
it was
don't
easy.
send me stuff.
Oh man, I'll be honest with you though. Like, as you do comedy and you encounter corporate stuff, you get those emails where they throw in certain words, and you're like, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, and you have to pretend that you know, of course.
Yeah. Oh my
Well,
god.
you know, funny you mentioned that because there is no manual for working as a promoter.
No, yeah.
And especially when I started at Live Nation, I would constantly get asked things that I had no idea. And there's different words for the same thing. And I was so new. I'm like, who can I ask to figure
Yeah.
out what this is?
Without them
Stuff
realizing
like,
you don't know.
People will be like, what's the back end on this deal?
Yeah, yeah.
Or there's just so many words now that they're just in the vernacular.
Yes, it's jargon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still get to this day I get asked. I mean, even just like P&L, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
is a word that's used constantly.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, like the
It's like people just come up to
rider,
you.
green room, like all this sort of stuff.
I mean,
like,
green room and everything you probably know from like just being
Just
a comedy
pop
but, like, if
culture,
somebody's
yeah.
like,
there's
who's-
nuances to how it's used. And
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
Like,
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it the real like the back like the dressing room? The
Well,
quiet
like
room?
there's different riders that people have. There are production riders.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
catering riders. You know, there's all
yeah.
this. Yeah, some stuff can be intuitively figured out, but other stuff is really cryptic and can get asked. People can ask you on a call
On the spot, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh yeah, we will definitely have the.
So
green-
explain some of them for the layman. Like when you're saying what's the back end of this, what does that mean?
The back end is that in most large acts will have a split of the profits. So the back end is the percentage that they're getting.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
So like if
So
you,
is like a guarantee?
so you might do it. No, it's the opposite. So you might do a show for a flat fee, or you might do a guarantee with the back end.
Right.
So the flat fee is like you're getting 50K.
Yeah.
That's it. But
Yeah.
the guarantee with the back end is like you get 50K, or
Yeah, or
If it makes
30% or
money,
70%.
So
90%
basically,
of the
minimum
profits.
50K, or if it makes more money, then
It's a
we make
guarantee.
the
That's
split.
why it's a guarantee.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that second one is the
Oh,
back end.
So again, you call that
Yeah.
a versus deal.
Yeah.
It's like, what's a versus deal?
Yeah.
It's saying it's the flat, like as
Yeah.
opposed to a flat plus.
Yeah.
A flat plus is like
It's like bonus plus sell out bonus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to a versus deal,
Yeah.
which is like you're going to get the flat amount or you're going to get the split.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whichever is higher, I guess,
Yeah.
for
Which
the
is
act.
versus.
Yeah.
So just
He passed the test. We already knew all of that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like,
you
obviously.
definitely didn't know.
Yeah, we already.
a versus deal. If someone
Yeah.
I'll give you a versus deal. I'm like, well, I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
I'll negotiate.
Street Fighter.
Fatality.
Yeah, exactly.
Vivek
Do you-
Mohammed is in prison today for trying to cut off the head of someone who offered him a versus deal.
Yeah. He was like, no.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, we came to Hong Kong, you know, because we had this plan to open a club in Hong Kong before Kung Fu Comedy was shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in fact,
because we were doing so well there that we're like,
It was
now
killing.
is the time to open up shop in Hong
to
Kong.
be
Yeah.
fair, we also had a sense that we might get shut down.
Yeah.
At that
yeah,
point.
Yeah.
And we were very meek in our aspirations here in terms of the size of the room, and that didn't work because the rents were so expensive.
I
And we
still
couldn't-
genuinely
we couldn't
believe.
find a room. We couldn't find a room.
Yeah.
And then Kung Fu Comedy got shut down, and we said we're going to find a room, and that's when we really ramped up the bar side of what the business would be, just so that we could justify getting investment for like a larger premises.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still think the Riff will be the most beautiful comedy club I will ever see in my life.
That's exactly the sentence I was going to say earlier. I still genuinely believe that obviously it sounds very biased since we built it, but I don't think any comedy club anywhere would be as nice as the Riff was.
I mean,
not obviously as successful or as like long lasting, but like as beautiful as it is, or has like how well designed it is to just to be a kill room.
It's just been built by comics and not by people who are trying to maximize F&B.
That's right. Yeah. It's just like nothing would be as beautiful.
Yeah.
Which really sucks because like we have been there. This is our memory now.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, no matter how much money I make, I can't replicate that.
No.
No.
And you need, it's a moment in time. I mean,
Yeah.
you theoretically backstage is the closest thing that could get.
Yeah, of course. And we
that quality. Yeah.
Well, it's not just the quality, dude. It's the opportunity. It's like
Yeah.
to go and open a comedy club in the US as an outsider is impossible.
Yeah.
And as an insider, you're already going to be tied up in the mentality of how those businesses are run, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
coming at it here, we come at it from a clean slate. We have the support of the scene. You know, to give you another example, I couldn't do it in any other. I wouldn't have the confidence to do it in any other city in Asia because they just don't. They couldn't sustain a club that needs to be as busy as it needs to be.
Yeah.
Like maybe Singapore, but the scene is fucking imploded there anyway during COVID.
No, it won't happen there.
It just doesn't have enough experienced comics. I mean,
There's no depth.
The depth
There
of
is
the
like, yeah.
lineup, the depth of the lineup in Hong Kong is astounding. I mean, look at our lineup, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, we have like on our
There's
lineup
so many
alone,
headlines.
there is like I was gonna say we have about, because obviously I do the scheduling, we have about 15 headliners,
Yeah.
Dude, there's
which is insane.
Yeah.
dude. I can
For a
count-
small scene.
I can count 5 off the top of my head people on our lineup who've been on Comedy Central.
Yeah, exactly.
go. Yeah,
Including
that-
the 3 of us.
Yeah. That tells you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Garen's also been on there. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, in case you hadn't heard him mention it every 15 minutes for the last 10 years.
Exactly. He's been on
I
there.
loved, by the way, when you were opening for
For Ben Quinlan. That was very funny.
Won the 2015 Comedy Festival. Clearly has done nothing since then.
He loved it too, by the way.
Yeah, he
that
told
was
me
very
later.
funny.
At first he was like, where's he going with this?
Yeah.
Where's he going with this? Then I'm like,
No, that was great.
I was like, where is he going with this?
He's like, he's roasting Ben. Why is he doing that? Does he? Did he
this
fight?
wasn't the show.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, what is happening?
But it was funny as hell.
Yeah.
And
Nah.
I mean, it's so conflicting because this scene is, it's a little.
Well, I mean, you think of it this way, though. The good thing is that at least the scene right now is at a point of maturity where it doesn't need that much, spoon feeding / the training wheels anymore. The scene is kind of running.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's like, free flow, just let it run on its own, but it's like, it's enough that the momentum's there.
There's
yeah,
a
for
ton of-
sure.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? How much momentum was there before the Riff opened?
It was really on and off, man. It was,
Dude, before the Riff opened, Jamie was shut.
Yeah.
Tamby wasn't running shows.
Yeah.
There was when we first moved down here, there was not a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, there was the Aftermath open mics, and then there was your festival,
Oh, yeah.
which obviously is once
That
a year.
was like the
Yeah.
only
That was the
shows
only,
to do.
that was actually the
Like,
only
then
shows we
outside
could.
of that, I was
Yeah, there
doing-
was very, very rare was like Garen would run the one at Mudita,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
yeah,
also
but
like a
that's like
monthly.
once
yeah.
a month,
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing regular.
Yeah.
So it's like there was no.
As in, there was no real, you could say the scene, like, for example, someone spoke to you today, like, this weekend, this weekend.
Exactly. There was no regular thing every
Yeah.
week.
Whereas, like, I don't want to take claim in everything that's going on right now, but I think it's pretty clear to me that the presence of our team really running at the promoting has transformed the enthusiasm both from the audience and
I mean,
and
to
the
be,
comics for
like,
shows,
I'm not gonna shy away from this. Like, I think Jamie deciding to open takeout again is because of our
100%.
existence.
100%. Oh,
Yeah.
this is
no
clear.
question
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he might deny it, but like the fact that
But he's
he
also-
had no chance before we kind of like revitalized things.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay, I guess I have,
I guess there is a scene.
there is a scene,
an
exactly.
audience.
Yeah.
He's also benefiting from the fact that number one, he's like completely copying all of our marketing,
Yeah.
and number two, people are enthusiastic about stand-up again.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
become a hot thing again.
I think
Yeah.
also because the reference is different. Okay, so for example, before, if you were lucky, you'd have a good show, and people, hey, that's a good show. I'll tell my friends.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
regular enough. Like, hey, go this week. We'll go this week. It's
Yeah.
like, I got to wait a month. I'm not gonna remember that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
number one, right?
Yeah.
Number two, also like the quality. Like you would go there, like it was a show, but is this something I'm gonna tell people? Hey, you have to go check this out.
Yeah.
It's not
You gotta be
really
great.
there.
You can't be good. You got to be great.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
people, you got to be so great that people will come back.
And people have a need to tell their
And
friends.
you know what I've really noticed is like, so we check the buyers' records every week,
Mm.
and there's a girl that's come to 7 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
7 weeks?
which is a little concerning, but
She's not a standalone, dude. I could name.
No, I
other
know,
people
obviously,
that are not
I-
there every week. The number of people that are
repeats.
coming back
Yeah, the repeats are.
consistently, it's
Yeah.
astounding.
Yeah.
And it's just stacking up. And it's why I know. I mean, I've been doing this long enough to know that backstage is in a phase where it just needs to stay the course.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will grow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's got you. This is a momentum game.
yeah, it
If
is.
you are building momentum, if you have momentum,
It's long
you will
breath
have-
game as well. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
when you gas out so quickly,
Yeah.
and when you're not consistent enough, it just like the audience don't trust that you have what it takes to
Oh, man,
build
I
a whole
just-
thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see that constantly.
Yeah.
Like these people go, yeah, there's a promoting a show is
Yeah.
hard. Promoting a consistent show is
It's
another
seem like
ballgame.
it's like sports. Like how long can you
win one match?
exactly
Yeah.
win a win my
win the
match
playoffs,
versus
then that's
yeah
tough.
that's
But
right.
it's also, I find like newer promoters and smaller promoters tend to lean on what I call short-term marketing strategies. It's like, I haven't got enough tickets for this weekend. How do I fill up this week? And they are exhausting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they tap out.
Yeah.
that's right.
You know, like
Definitely.
brand building is a whole different thing where you are
You build
developing
loyalty,
a
you build
larger
trust with your
pool-
audience.
You're
Yeah,
developing a larger pool of people that come to shows, and you're drawing from that, so you can draw from that pool every weekend. It'll be full, as opposed to scrambling all the time. And don't get me wrong, even if you're building a pool, you still have to scramble.
Yeah.
You're still going to have the occasional show that needs you to lean on short-term marketing strategies just
Yeah.
to bring your numbers up. But it's that kind of balance that, I see such, Backstage could easily, the numbers that Backstage are doing now, if it was the riff, it would work as a business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the money coming in. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about, because Backstage isn't, it's not a bar. It's not able to do a lot of the events. Like the riff we were bringing 60, 70 people to an open mic.
yeah,
And you don't sell any tickets, but you make drink revenues.
Yeah.
And you can do that, 2 of those a week, and then you're booking third-party stuff, so it actually works as a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Backstage, what I'm looking at is, like, how many people can it get in? And if you can get that many people in, then rolled into a venue, it works.
yeah.
And that is why you're working in an office job.
Ah,
Easy.
It pains me that I'm so passionate about stand-up.
Yeah.
But I'm just, like, a way better promoter.
No, but that's good, right? That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good skill to have. Should the day come that you realize you're not
so
funny.
it's kind of like being like really passionate about football, but end up being like the little boy who collects the balls
Yeah.
behind.
No, but
Yeah.
you know what? I've always...
Guess where the ball's going.
Yeah.
to fucking kick
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
I've always been apprehensive about trusting people in stand-up that don't do stand-up.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Same here. Same here.
Because
Yeah.
they're so often in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's such a hard game that is only worth it if you have the thrill and enjoyment of getting to do it, and also being a comic and hanging out with comics.
Yeah.
But if you took those things away, it's a pretty rough place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
also you're dealing with a lot of egos,
You
a
don't-
lot
you
of
don't make a lot of money.
yeah, you don't make a lot of money. It's also I imagine for a non-comic, it's really not fun.
Yeah.
Like if you are like someone's tour manager or whatever, and you're just there all the time.
Yeah, tour managers are probably a different one, because tour managers I would put in the category of like people that work in production, and people can enjoy production as a game.
Sure, no, I agree with that.
But if you're a comedy lover, like it's a different feeling as well.
yeah,
Like, but tour managers, a lot of them won't just do a comedy, or they are people who are their passion is running events.
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
running
They
a
wanna
tight
stay-
ship.
They're the guys that know how to come into a room and fucking fix a light,
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really technical.
Yeah.
Tour managers are kind of one group of people that I would say are more normal, as distinct from like comedy bookers that don't do comedy.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's always, I find it's so often they've got some weirdness.
I mean, a lot of them are also people who are trying to do comedy, but no one
wish
would
they
book
could.
them. Yeah, they wish they could, or no one. They actually would try, and then no one would book
So
them.
they
They're like,
book themselves?
they become and they book themselves. And I think some of them it will be even funnier if they think they're not good enough to book their own themselves on the show.
Yeah, they book everyone else except for themselves. Like, no, this show's that good.
So what are you guys thinking about the podcast? Like, what do you want to
We're shutting it down.
Thank God.
Enough's enough.
Calling
Yeah.
it No Hong Kong.
Yeah, exactly. We're done with
We're
that,
calling it
man.
Aya.
Yeah.
Sort of riffing on the Melbourne thing that we were saying if we move to Singapore, we'll call it So Singapore.
That's terrible.
But it's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true. You go there like, what we talk about? I don't know. Like,
I like
Yeah.
Singapore. You don't like Singapore?
Yeah,
Singapore
no,
is great for 3
yeah.
days, man.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
after
exactly
3 days,
right.
I'm like,
yeah.
I can't be
He
here
loves
anymore.
it because
I like about it.
kids and
I'm
whatever.
boring, dude.
Yeah, you are boring.
Dude,
exactly.
Food,
There's
it's
one way to be
clean.
boring and there's one way to be Singaporean.
Yeah.
Right?
First of all, you get a way bigger apartment. It's cleaner.
Yeah. How much time are you spending in your
Yeah.
apartment? Dude, I have a big
lot.
apartment here. I don't spend time at the apartment. It's boring to just
Mate,
live in the
mate,
house.
Dude, change your eyesight.
Okay. So I could happily live in a small apartment if I was a single person.
Yeah.
But with kids in a small apartment, it's mind bending.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is that if that's the attraction of the city, how big the apartments are, that says a lot about the city.
Well, no, you're comparing it to Hong Kong.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I think that Hong Kong has, you know, the big thing is just that it's scenically different.
Yeah.
Is a big thing, which you don't give a fuck about.
Oh, you mean the trees? Yeah, they're green everywhere. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Singapore
see,
has
exactly.
trees, too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
they're also green.
I had a good vibe from Singapore. I don't want to
Yeah,
poops
it's
all
just
over it.
boring. Like,
Have you
think
been
of
there
the things that we do here. Like, we have done a lot
I
of
do
fun
shows.
things
That's
here.
all I do.
No, but we've done a lot of fun things here. We went like trekking, hiking, water pools, whatever. All of this stuff. None of these. Singapore is fake. There is nothing that. There is no nature.
There's nature. In
Yeah, there
Singapore.
is fucking Sentosa Island, which is like some other bullshit, made. It's kind of like Dubai. Dubai is the same. Unlike actually Dubai, like Singapore is one city. If you go out of Dubai kind of sucks. But if you go out of Dubai, it's gorgeous.
Really?
There is there is desert, there is mountains, there is
Which part's gorgeous?
so there is a place called Sharjah.
Desert, there's a
Yeah,
There's
so there is like a
there's
place called
oasis.
Sharjah, which is like literally there are like
Yeah.
oases, and you can go like sandboarding. This is like just a lot of nature.
Wow.
Singapore has what fucking the boat on
They have
top
a
of
night safari.
yeah, a boat on top of building,
MBS.
which looks
Yeah.
fucking stupid. Yeah,
There's the supposed infinity pool where you're like, that was pointless.
That would-
Infinity.
yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so
For the podcast.
yeah. So I mean, honestly, with the podcast, I think the fact that Mohammed and myself are for high energy individuals.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that definitely the podcast will be super fast paced.
Yeah, yeah,
That's one I can guarantee.
yeah.
And I think also
I
because
think we're gonna have to preface every episode, but like you might have to slow it down
Yeah,
by
exactly.
by 2
Download
times.
this
People are
podcast-
like, I didn't realize I double speeded the
Exactly.
podcast.
Yeah.
download this podcast player, which can go 0.5x.
What I'm going to do is each episode you put out, I'm going to listen how many minutes before the guest gets to speak.
You're assuming there will be guests.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
call them witnesses. They'll be here on the episode watching us talk.
Yeah. Which is literally they are a guest.
Yeah,
They're going to be your only listener.
Yeah.
No, I would say honestly, like our personalities are the type that we've got our own issues, but also like listening to you talk in previous episodes of the podcast, like you're not afraid to basically go hit the harder questions.
Yeah.
Right. And like
Yeah.
You
you
talk
don't,
about when he like punched Neri Vitachi in the face.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about
That
Andy.
was like the
We're,
blackface
we're,
bit.
we're talking about Andy being a pussy, basically.
Yeah. And also seeing like on stage as well, like Mohammed will address certain issues like in the audience or if the situation is going
Yeah.
on. He's not gonna be like, oh, let's all be happy, guys.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm definitely interested that I'm sure we'll get some guests where they're nice people or not nice, whatever. But like you wouldn't
Yeah.
be the type of like, let's just be polite.
No, I do want to up like the risk just a little bit of
Yeah.
like just making it a bit more not exciting is not the right word, but a little bit more buzzy.
Yeah.
Exciting's not the word. A little bit more boring. So what podcasts, what episodes, when you think about what we've done so far, what comes to mind? Like what's been a good episode for you?
For myself, a good episode. Let's say with David Young.
That was great.
That was really good because like his insight was really interesting about talking about vegetarianism and how he came about it. Because he also is a type that he's bringing you a new angle on the topic that we're all like, yeah, we can do that. We understand. For example, like the vegetarian lifestyle, vegan lifestyle and stuff. He was talking like you cannot force people, you cannot guilt trip into them. You got to make them like say we're all having a good time, and you can join us as well by just changing a certain way. Like,
you can't shame people into
you can't
action.
shame. Yeah. So insight like that, like for me, that's what I like to listen to from people. Where I'm like things that open my mind and maybe go like, very good point. Now, how could I do that with my life? How can I not, shame someone that I care about and make them do what I want?
I love learning from these guys. I'm genuinely interested in the stories we've heard, and it's kind of cool after a while to be like, oh, I know all these interesting people that I wouldn't interact with.
Yeah.
During my normal stuff, like there were tons of good ones. I mean, I think Bobsy was an interesting one that Mohammed did.
I really like the Ben Cowling one, the one that
Ben Cowling's been amazing.
The one that you fucked up the audio on. The bad audio one.
Oh yeah. Sarah Tong was amazing.
Sarah Tong was awesome. There's many. Actually, I really like the episode that the three of us did at his house. That was really fun.
That was
That was a very good.
Just trash.
It was basically just comics talking shit. It was really loose and funny.
Yeah. I would say like so what Andy has done already is that he has these kind of categories for episodes. For example, you have the more like the deeper storytelling.
Yeah.
You have the comics just shooting the shit one. You have the one that really insightful, mind blowing one. And I think definitely with Mohammed, I mean, I'm sure we'll eventually start having new categories.
Yeah.
Okay, for this type of guest, we can definitely go with that angle.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's really hard for me to like just gauge like, okay, we're gonna do it this way. So I think
I think it's like you kind of like figure out along the way, which is exciting in and of itself. It's all right, how can we do this better after a certain episode or something like that?
Dude, one thing I kind of like about it is that if you say, I know what's going on in Hong Kong, I read the newspaper stuff, but it's like you realize that the media does present the city in a certain way, and a person who's really knowledgeable about the city in a casual conversation gives you a really different insight to it and a better feeling for the emotion of certain things. And I find that I hope that people listening to the podcast, it really deepens their understanding of Hong Kong. And I certainly feel like for me as well. I mean, even just like talking to, Dr. Marin Pierce about like the sustainability issues that the city faces. Like just don't think about that stuff.
Yeah, you don't.
And if I read an article about it, I think I'd gloss over it. I wouldn't sort of have that same mindset of like, okay, here's a guy who's benefited from the head of Welcome finding a plastic bottle in the beach near their house, and they've leveraged that to change the way that
I think so.
I love that
the
side.
contrast. I mean, so Andy usually like you come from a more like analytical or like more intellectual angle of questioning,
and whereas Mohammed,
comes from a very volatile, emotionally.
So I'm saying like that's a really good contrast because then now we're gonna have guests who are like intellectual, logical, and everything, and the two of us are like losing our minds. Going,
which is why we should get Nuri back on the podcast, which is you and me.
dude,
I genuinely think we should do it at some point because he's an idiot. I'm just going to say it right away. He's an idiot. He would totally do it. He would come on.
Oh, I don't know.
And
that's a very good point, actually. Like, he might be, for all you know, he probably forgot.
No.
And we're like, okay.
Nah, he wouldn't forget. He knows what we're up to, but
the thing is that the chaotic expats group has been harassing his Facebook page, and I've seen him comment on it. He thinks it's us. He
doesn't have the connection.
He describes them as comedians. I'm like, it's not comedians, dude. It's a Facebook group.
Yeah, it's also they're trolls. They're self-identifying trolls. Like they're saying they're trolls.
Yeah.
But anyway, at some point, not so soon, but at some point, I would like to invite him back. And it's just the two of us.
I have some regret about how much of a free pass we gave him,
which is why I want to invite him back.
But I also think in my
I genuinely think we did a good job.
I think he got much worse after we recorded it.
Yeah.
But online these days, I mean, he's just.
I'm also not really following him. I hear about him from you guys.
He's a flagrant liar.
Yeah. I've stopped. Like I can't follow him anymore.
No, I can't. I had never followed him in the first place because whatever. But
I mean, he had this whole thing where Vic Park was shut down for June 4.
Yeah.
And he went into Vic Park, like a different part of Vic Park. He was like, the fake news media says the park shut down, but I'm in here. It's like, there's 7,000 police officers there.
Yeah.
It's like people letting you walk through the grassed area.
Yeah.
Like there's parts of it that are still open.
Yeah, next time we have him on, it's not going to be Andy, like rational, like analytical. Just you and me yelling at him for an hour.
Well, what I hope though is that I'm trying to, trust that that someone listening understands.
Of course,
I don't want him to. I want him to hang himself.
I know. I'm obviously joking.
It's more compelling,
but-
I think, if
Yeah.
he hangs himself.
Yeah.
And he said some absurd things. He said that he goes to the June 4 vigil
Oh, for
every
the
year
soldiers,
and
right?
lights
Oh
a
yeah,
candle for the
no, he said,
soldiers.
but he also uses this stupid fucking vague words like for everyone.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I'm like,
okay, so
alright.
there are victims and there are people who murder them.
Yeah.
Which one? Everyone.
I'm like,
and it's like, oh, okay, buddy.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way, but okay.
It's kind of like, if you're talking about World War II and,
Yeah.
all those Nazis that died, you're like,
Yeah.
everyone died. That was such a tragedy. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, buddy.
You're going there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's
It just,
fine,
yeah.
know?
It's also like you're right,
that
like
old
people-
joke, my uncle died in a Nazi concentration camp. He fell off the guard tower.
Oh, that's great. yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I think definitely there'll be some. I truly believe there'll be a lot more volatility.
Yeah.
In the podcast,
Yeah.
depending on who's on. But I'm fairly certain the fact that we'll probably be inviting more intelligent people. As
Yeah.
we want insight rather than just like we just want to create drama with somebody we don't agree with.
Right. Yeah.
So
No, I don't think you guys would do that. I think that-
Yeah.
no, but even in its own way, like unless someone really deserves to be on the podcast that we don't agree with, we want to bring them on to kind of clear the air and everything.
I mean, there is something else that I also want to maybe discuss is because you're a Cantonese speaker, we can get some people who don't speak English. I've been fascinated by Golem on Lang Kwai Fong.
Oh, that
Dude,
guy.
didn't he die?
No, he's still there.
that's the Elvis
Oh, the Elvis
impersonator.
guy.
Elvis, yeah,
I
yeah.
want to get Gollum, like obviously not even for a full episode, but I'm thinking of getting like those really Hong Kong famous people.
Yeah, people know.
Who the only problem is that they don't speak English. But now
Yeah.
that you're here, I want to try to
We
get
can.
those like and it's just like if we interview Gollum for like 15 minutes, like
Yeah.
what the fuck? I don't think anyone knows what this guy is. Like
Yeah.
what's his
He's just
story?
hanging out all the time, and
He just
people
hangs
let him
out.
Party with him.
People
He's
get
trying to
party
get the
with
ring back.
yeah, exactly. That's why he's pointing at people. Like, I want to ask him, where's the pointing coming from?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. What's the history?
also, where do you live? Like, what's your history?
Yeah.
Why are you? Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's like, "No, I own this building over here."
Yeah,
and,
that's
like,
why I'm.
this bar is mine."
He's
That would be
pointing.
amazing.
He's pointing at all the buildings he
Yeah,
owns.
he's like,
That's why he's
my
going.
place, that's my place. Collecting some rent tomorrow. Yeah.
Well,
That's great.
I mean, I know you guys are going to kill it, and it's sad to hang up the boots on it. But I also hope when I come back into town, I can come back on and.
I would say about that, but
I was gonna say it depends on the lineup. You know?
yeah, exactly. Love you, buddy.
Before you come back, just ask us if we have slots.
I always
Sorry, Gollum's booked. all month.
exactly. I always have slots. I don't know about you, but.
Thanks, guys.